Okay, yes, let's address this real quick. I gave myself a haircut, COVID and all. Turned out bad. Had someone try to fix it, turned out worse. Let's move on. So yes, this week we are changing things up a bit. I'm going to throw all three categories at you at once. And I'm going to deliver an important message from Koaw Nature and myself. Black Lives Matter. They actually found a bear on a trail cam in this suburban area I'm at this last week, so that'd be really cool. Yes, we here at Koaw Nature are behind the Black Lives Matter movement. We support it. We believe in the dissemination of knowledge backed by truth. We believe that truth has the capability of bringing fairness by eradicating irrational fear that is born from ignorance. Ignorance that is also breeding hatred and racism. Invariably, in our social climate, there are events that keep transpiring that are unfair to many groups of people, but that unfairness is epitomized by our treatment of the black community. It has been, 157 years since the Emancipation Proclamation, yet we still, as a society led by a government, influenced by an industry, oppress an entire group of people that we had once enslaved. Now, this pledge of support for the Black Lives Matter movement by me, by Koaw Nature, is not just me hopping on some political bandwagon hoping to attain some tangible or intangible assets. I will lose many subscribers when they see that hashtag, Black Lives Matter. People who didn't quite understand what Koaw Nature is about. Yes, here at Koaw Nature, we do enjoy the outdoors and we respect nature. Humans are a part of nature. Now, I know many of the members of Team Koaw. I probably know you. We are parents, we are mentors, we are educators, we are siblings, we are activists, we are CEOs and directors of companies. We seek to change the world through positive influence. We spread knowledge. We do not oppress people. We do not spread racism. And I believe that any company or group right now that is not willing to stand behind the Black Lives Matter movement is indubitably acting against it, be it intentionally or just through the cowardice of silence. Now, I know Koaw Nature has a small voice. I have 175,000 views only on this channel, but it is still a voice. And I admit that I have held a level of complacency with the degree of progress being made on the social injustices occurring as they pertain to the enactment of equal rights and the fair treatment of people based on their skin color, ethnicity, gender choices, sexual preferences, socioeconomic status, etc. I believe that we were in a bad place and we were getting a little better, where in actuality we're in need of tremendous change. But the good news is that you have a voice and I have a voice, and there's so many voices out there from all walks of life that are able to lend more power to an already powerful movement. Now, Van Jones said it so well in the documentary 13th when he said, "Black Lives Matter is not a stoppable phenomenon by a bullet or anything else." And he is so right, because Black Lives Matter is an idea. It's a culmination of ideas. And it is very hard to extinguish an idea, especially one that is right, both ethically and logically. Now, as it pertains more on topic to this Outdoors Weekly event, I am outdoors right now in an upper middle class community. Never once in the United States have I walked out of my door and said, "Hey, what hardships am I going to face today because of my white skin?" If I were a black man outdoors at night, there is a higher degree of probability that I would be harassed, maybe have the cops called on me, simply because of the propaganda instilled within our communities by our governments, by our industry, by white supremacists for 157 years that has tied the image of a free black man to that of a criminal. That's not right. And also on topic of being outdoors, a gender hardship, one that I overlooked. I was watching a webinar last week hosted by the Nature of Cities discussing the art exhibit by the climate activist and talented artist Katrine Claassens, Love Letters to the Muted World. And they were discussing primarily the topic of the exhibit, which was examining the sad, mutable status of our global ecosystem, yet the beauty and perseverance of the life within it. And during that conversation, Katrine said something. She said something that gave me a reality check. She was talking about how in South Africa she used to walk down these paths and go outside. And she loved this one path, but she had to avoid going to that path because there were too many rapes in the area. Now, never once in my life, again, have I stepped out the front door and been like, hey, what do I have to do to not be the victim of a sexual assault today? So yes, I have to do better as an individual. I have to do better as a leader of this company to understand the perspectives and the hardships that other people have to face simply because of their phenotypic expression. Here I thought I was creating this wonderful activity for anybody to do, and I never thought to think about, maybe a certain number of black men would worry that police would just be called on them for being outdoors at night, doing a little thing that might be a little weird. A female might be like, hey, that puts me in a vulnerable position. So yes, my heart was in the right place, but that's ignorance. A failure on my part to see those perspectives. And that is a contributing problem to these social injustices. And so I must do better, and I will do better. And although my heart will always deeply yearn to protect wildlife the most and ecosystems the most, I definitely want to do my part to not be a part of the problem, but the solution for these social injustices. Therefore, with my capability, as you have capability, we must do more. And if we can't come together as local communities to solve these social injustices, as state communities, as country communities, how are we going to come together as a global community to solve our global climate crisis problem? Now, we are Koaw. We are knowledgeable of the world. We are knights of the world. And I know many of you are out there right now supporting the Black Lives Matter movement. And I know you've been out there doing that, as well as advocating for wildlife and solutions to our global climate crisis. So I thank you for that. So yes, it is very important this time that we gain perspectives of other people for these social injustice problems, as well as our ecosystem problems. That's why I really hope you go check out Katrine Claassens' exhibit. It's free. You just go to the webpage at Nature of Cities. I will link that. It is a beautiful exhibit, profound, offering different perspectives, and there are accompanying essays by Nina Marie Lister, which are a fabulous pairing. And I also need to add that giant millipede that actually produces some noxious chemicals, some benzoquinones, which can cause skin irritation, and that beautiful black and gold millipede produces cyanide compounds, so you don't want to eat it, definitely, and wash your hands afterwards. Alright, so that was rambling, but it was a necessary rambling. Thank you for fighting the good fight on so many fronts. Spread some knowledge, be nature heroic.